So now there's somewhat of a shift in the song. We've gone from this thing of like being like, this is what's happening, and now we're kind of gonna start looking back on stuff. So the story is moving on. Long ride. Here we go. Is that Rickenbacker? Yep. Oh. That's nice. And these are all like such specific references to like my situation that it was just like, it's hard to even explain, but like none of this is like I call my music prairie pop just because I think it's funny because I live in Nebraska, but none of this is like, I guess, supposed to be super understandable to the common person, but I hope that you can like use your imagination.
So I remember demoing this in Murphy, and it was way slower. And when we came back, it was like, we gotta speed this up.
And now it's a cruising song, which is tight. This is kind of cool. Lyrically, I'm kind of like describing the way I live through like track and field references, which is funny because I never ran track and field.
Yeah.
And this is just because I was listening to a bunch of Neil Young and Jackson Browne. I think this song kind of popped off. I love this chorus, and it's so true, dude. Life is freaking hard, man. It was a long ride. Dude, ripping guitar solo. Here we go, dude. I love this part. I tried to do a music video for this song.
Yeah, it didn't go very well.
Oh my gosh, it was so cringy, man. It's so hard to make it look good, and listen, I don't have like thousands of dollars to pay some random guy.
Yeah, video skills are not quite as on par with the
no. I need to get better
musician skills. So there's like a lot of the Honda Pilot driving away on a dirt road on an iPhone.
My Honda Pilot is not photogenic, and but you just wait. We're gonna figure it out.
Some cool cinema mode videos.
Yeah, there were some cool shots, but it's just like it's hard to make it look good, man.
Yeah.
But really you just wait. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get real A24 on it. Yeah, Long Ride, man. It's also, I feel like the first song where it kind of like opens up and is like, hey, maybe it could be good. One person, I forgot who it was, but someone called my music back when I was still, like playing shows all the time and, going to house shows all the time and, being involved, someone called my music naive. And I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, well, it just always sounds like things are going to be better, like things are going to be okay. And at the time I was like, oh, sick. And now I'm like, that's so sad, bro. But like now that I'm a Christian, I know that things are going to be okay. But I guess if you don't have Christ in your life and you don't have that kind of hope, then things are just
where's the
bad.
purpose?
Yeah, bud. All right, another heart. You can kind of start seeing this change happening, and I would say that like, through this 5-year period again that I'm referencing in this record, I have a friend named Travis Aaron Holtz. He's like a big brother to me. He is the first person to really share the gospel with me, and he spent years having really, really deep conversations with me when I was militant against it. I like, not that I was gonna kill him or anything, but like I really hated what he had
defensive.
to. I hated the truth. Romans 1 talks about how we suppress the truth in our unrighteousness outside of Christ, and I was doing that. He would tell me what the Bible said, and I rejected it to the point where he would share that truth with me, and I would get so angry with him that I would I'd pull out of the friendship and like not even see him for months, and it's so cruel because he was so good to me. I was dumb. I would like sell all my guitars and like use the money to buy drugs, and then he would like loan me a great guitar and be like, "Oh, just pay me when you can," and like, I definitely like didn't show him that I appreciated that at the time, and I look back on that and just think, man, like what a Jesus he was to me. He really like showed me that love of Christ in a very special way, and very patient. And so through those conversations, I was getting to a point where, in the last year of it, I had really realized that I was not a good person. Like more like, like everyone kind of like dislikes parts of themselves, but I'm talking about like, I really knew that like a lot of the things I did were actually evil and wrong. And so I think that this is where in the narrative of the story you start to hear that happening to me in the lyrics, or the character in the lyrics, or whatever you want to call it. So here we go. Another heart. I love the way this song starts.
Yeah, it just explodes open.
It's like a boom. And again, grandparents' house basement. Those drums sound killer. It's that 14x5 Superphonic again, man. Like those Superphonics, like people talk about them, about how they're one of the greatest like recording snare drums, and it's so true, dude. And the 14x5 actually sounds better or fatter than the 14x6.5, in my opinion.
Well, and for like any audio nerds listening to that, like that was a very surprisingly minimal miking setup.
Oh yeah, big time.
Compared to some of the other songs that we did on the record.
Even the kit was really like, it was just
super
snare
minimal,
kick floor with like a ride cymbal and some hi-hats.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had like 5 mics total for the drums, like 2 overheads, kick, snare, maybe toms. I don't even remember if we had 2 toms or just the floor or what.
No, just the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would have been it, really.
And that lyric right there is really cool. Because, like, I would play that game because, like, I loved being sad. I mean, I hated being sad, but I also loved it because being sad meant that I could just focus on myself all the time. And it's like a narcissism thing, man. When you really just like focus in on your own sadness and your situation, and you're just eyes on your belly button the whole time, you know?
Look at me, look at me.
Yeah, look at me, look at me, look at me. I have it so bad. And so, like, that's this lie that I was telling myself. It's like, oh, I'll just never be the same again. Like, I'll never be healed. And that was crap. That was a bunch of crap. And I know that maybe there's, like, some people who aren't Christians that are maybe listening to this. Maybe you're listening to this. And I haven't made you
offended you
rage quit yet. But you're probably thinking, like, oh, man, like, well, maybe he shouldn't have been so hard on himself. It's like, no, dude. That's, like, the thing that I wasn't doing. I wasn't being hard on myself. I was letting things slide. I was taking the easy way out of situations. I was not being responsible about my choices. And I didn't have a foundation or a standard for what right or wrong was. Yeah. And so I was, like, spiraling into chaos with no help and nothing to reach for. And then...
But now it's like you have that standard to live for.
Yeah, big time. Jesus entered my life in a way where he revealed to me that I was rejecting him, denying him. I was letting my emotions have the throne of my life, and what I felt was right, and I was my own God, basically. And so that sucks. And I couldn't have self-helped my way out of that. It would have just gotten deeper and deeper and deeper into truth rejection and chaos. So, bada boom, bada bing. Another short song, but again,
still holds its weight.
I love short songs, man. Yeah. Like sometimes you just write something and it's what's done is done. Like you don't need to add anything to it. And like I got what I wanted to say out, you know. So, if you're not used to that, that's fine. This is not a record that should be played on the radio, I don't think so, or ever will, and that's okay. This was a catharsis thing. That's a dumb. It sounds so pretentious when I say that, but like, it was like this was therapy in a way. Yeah. It was to make this record, you know, like. So yeah. Anyway.